Great day, team. Today we're gonna go through our lower body stretches, more so for anyone that has tight hips, you have tight glutes that's causing a little bit of lower back pain back here, and even lower back pain. All right, so all these stretches are gonna work together and to combine and make you a lot more flexible in the long run, especially if you're consistent with doing these exercises. So make sure you do these on a daily basis, if at worst every other day. I've definitely seen my own flexibility increase just by doing these simple things, and it shouldn't take you more than about 10 minutes a day to do these. All right, now first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up and I'm going to actually stretch out to the side, in and over. Feel that pull on the back side in my oblique right here, and I'm holding it for 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then coming back up, arm up. And I'm gonna reach down. So you definitely wanna inhale and then exhale. And as you exhale, you should get even further into the stretch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now, if you feel tight still on those sides, make sure you do them again. We're gonna bend over, stretch out your feet, you're gonna stretch the groin a little bit, hands flat on the floor. Inhale and then exhale and walk the hands back as far as you can. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then walking back up. Now with walking back up, I actually want to go down and drop my hips. I'm on my toes, my legs are wide. I'm just in a wide push-up stance. And I'm stretching out the front of my hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm gonna put my hips back up, walk my hands back, and then stretch again. I should get even further this time. Palms down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now I'm gonna slowly come back up, slowly straighten out my legs. And now I still wanna stay in a standing position in order to get my hip flexors. So I'm gonna take a big step forward and really a big step back. And I'm going to slowly drop this back knee as I keep my chest up. Slowly, if you notice, my front knee is right stacked over my ankle, so my weight is still in that front heel. And over the 15 seconds, I'm dropping down. Now, if you cannot do that over the 15 seconds and you need to start on the floor, that's okay. Just go ahead and make sure that this back leg is pushed back here so that you're still putting that stretch on the hip flexion in the front, and you'll start there. That's absolutely okay. Now I'm gonna hold this position another 15 seconds. And every time I exhale, I should get deeper into every single stretch, all right? Just remember to relax the hips. All right, that's about 15 seconds. Now I'm gonna place my hands on the floor, still keeping this back hip back here and relaxing the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm gonna take my inside arm and drop that down to the floor. Remember to keep breathing. You're really gonna feel it right in here in this hamstring and even a little bit of your groin. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna push up with your hands, just alleviate that pressure off of the hip, push through this heel, and now you can actually sit back onto this back leg, onto that heel, and stretch out your front leg. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, you're definitely gonna feel it when you lean back like this. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. That just means you're already flexible and it's time to switch legs. Now let's go ahead and switch legs. Remember, have a big stance, as much room as you can give yourself, do that. Now we're gonna slowly drop down. Hopefully you can see from the side view. Slowly drop down this back knee. Remember, make sure the pressure, the knee is stacked right over the heel, so the pressure is going down through your front heel. You're not putting any forward pressure on this knee. Don't put your hands there in order to brace yourself. Just slowly trust that back leg. And your goal is 1, to relax, and then 2, to get your hands down to the floor in this modified track position so that you're stretching out that hip flexor right back here every single time. Remember, keep breathing, keep breathing. All right, in this position, remember you're gonna feel that hamstring stretch. And once we get down to the third iteration in 15 seconds, drop that inside elbow. Drop that down. And just relax the hips. Relax the hips. Now another thing, hopefully you can see me right in front. If you notice, my knee is straight ahead for 1. And then for 2, I'm making sure I don't drop in this position or I'm not too far out. I want to be right aligned, my knee with my hips, with this leg, as well as my knee that's up. Everything should still be in alignment and you should be in one unit. All right, so just check yourself. If you feel like you're swaying in or the pressure's too much, that's okay. Just slowly, as you increase your flexibility, make sure you make those adjustments. All right, coming up, pushing ourselves away, dropping on this back heel for any stretch that we may need in the hamstring or even the groin a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, I like to go on both knees. And we're just gonna do this for a little bit. I know some of you guys might have some knee pain, so hopefully you have a little bit of cushion underneath you. But now we're gonna crawl out into a push-up position on the tops of our knees, and we're just gonna let our hips sag. Just relax the hips, all right? Pretty much your whole lower body should just be limp right now, all right? You should not feel any lower back pain at all. It should actually feel pretty great, all right? And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From this position, I like to lean back and get a nice back stretch, arms stretched out in front of me as much as possible. Stretch your arms way out there. Sit back here, butt to your heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna go back into that front hip stretch, dropping the hips, and relax them as much as possible. All right, now in the second time, I want you to actually turn. Doesn't matter if it's to the right or to the left, but you're just gonna turn your hips to the side, get a little bit of a deeper stretch in there. Hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're gonna recenter yourself down the middle, and then turn the opposite direction and get that hold as well for another 5 to 10 seconds. All right, now always remember to return back to center, and then drop your hips down to your heels and open up your hands this time so it's a little bit wider. You should feel a wider back stretch at this point. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming up out of that stretch, we're actually gonna bring our knees a little bit closer together. We're still gonna have our arms stretched out in front of us. Now, we're actually going to get a lower back stretch by using our upper body. So now, with the arms stretched out in front of you, hips are gonna be up just slightly, and we're going to reach, just pick any arm and reach under. And you can even drop your shoulder down if you really feel like you need that stretch, especially down your lats on the side of your back. Just go ahead and breathe and get that. Now, I'm going to follow my hand with my eyes, and I'm going to keep my hips back and watch my hand as it extends all the way behind me as much as I can get that twist. And I'm gonna follow my hands with my eyes back underneath and stretch even further this time. Again, follow my hands again. And this time I should get a further stretch. I was here last time. Now I'm back here, so I gained a few inches. Following, I'm gonna do this one more time for 3 sides, 3 stretches on each side. And twist. All right, now I'm gonna switch arms. Again, reach underneath and drop the shoulder down to initiate the stretch. Keep that other arm extended in front of you. Follow the hand with your eyes. Coming back under, reach even further that second time. Pull it away, twist back, even further than you did the second time. And then one last time, get that stretch. Remember to keep your hips down. And then, as far as we can, the third time. Excellent, it should feel amazing at this point, all right? Now, we're gonna rotate and bring our feet in front of us. Now, the first thing I wanna do is actually get a knee hug, all right? So we're gonna put my right foot over the left knee. Then you're going to aim to bring this knee to your left shoulder. So right knee to left shoulder, take a deep breath. And then on the exhale, squeeze even more and just love yourself, all right? You're gonna feel a glute stretch coming right through here, and it's gonna feel amazing, especially if you had glute day yesterday. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, letting your leg go slowly. Now we're just gonna switch sides. Start off all outside of the knee, take a deep breath. And on the exhale, you're gonna squeeze tight as you can and really push that knee towards this opposite shoulder, and that's where that stretch comes from. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. All right, so we got the glutes activated, but before we move any further, let's go ahead and get an old school hamstring stretch. So lift those arms up and exhale, reaching forward as far as you can. If you can't grab your toes, that's okay. Just go ahead and grab the ankles as far as you can. But whatever you do, just keep stretching, all right? And keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna open up our legs a little bit wider. Same thing, we're gonna grab the outsides of our feet this time. Keep exhaling and pulling your feet closer to your chest. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent. All right, now we're gonna go into our old school butterfly stretch, starting with elbows on the knees, hands together just to create that pressure. So take another deep breath. And on the exhale, you're just gonna push down by bringing your hands together. Just relax the hips as much as possible. Every time I do this stretch, I think about the Karate Kid and Bloodsport. Just saying, putting that out there for all my old school people, all my old school karate people. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. And bring your legs back together. Now I'm gonna lay down on my back. Next, one leg forward, other knee bent. Take a deep breath. Exhale and feel that pull, knee to chest. Now you wanna keep this opposite leg as low to the ground as possible. All right, you don't want this up in the air. If you do have it in the air, then you definitely will get to that stretch for sure. Because it's a deep hamstring stretch that you really need. But you really want to keep that leg down, even if you need someone to assist you. All right, 15 seconds on that. And switch. Knee to chest.
3, 2, and 1. Stretching that leg back out. Now, for those that have any back problems, you're probably used to this, but you can bring both knees to your chest and get a deep back stretch here. If you feel that, I tend not to feel it as much anymore. I've already worked on my back a lot, so it's realigned, so I just don't feel it that way. But you can choose to do that stretch as well and add that to your arsenal. All right, now I'm gonna start bringing the legs up. We're gonna get another hamstring stretch here. Deep breath and pull. Now I've noticed a lot of my clients and members have really tight hamstrings, probably because I have some tight hamstrings. So I love to stretch the hamstrings as much as possible. So with this stretch, you can use your hands, or you can even get a towel and wrap it around the top of your foot and do your best to lock that knee out and pull. Same principle stands for this opposite leg. Keep it as straight as possible, but you really want to pull and breathe. Breathe as you pull and slowly release the leg. We're gonna switch sides this time. But you can start off right here behind the knee just to get yourself into position. And then you want to extend. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let yourself come back down. All right, awesome sauce. All right, now, whew, feels amazing. Shake that out. Now, for those that have really, really tight hamstrings where you can't get your legs straight, or at least predominantly straight, you absolutely need to do those stretches twice, those hamstring stretches, the ones where we're straight out, open up, and when we bend our knee to our chest, and also extending straight up and down. You need to do at least 2 sets of those, just FYI. Excuse me. All right, now let's go ahead and get a deeper hamstring stretch. We're gonna place our right ankle on top of our left knee. This is gonna create an opening in between your legs. All right, come over here, come look at this. All right, so if the right knee is bent, then that means your right arm is inserted through the hole. Then you're just simply going to reach and bring both hands together. Now you can choose to do this below on this lower part of the leg, or you can grab both, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, squeeze and pull as close to your chest as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now what you're gonna feel is a deep stretch in your hamstring here. You're also gonna feel it right through here in the groin a little bit. All right, we're attacking or pulling on your piriformis that's deep inside your in the hamstring area. Now, switching legs, left knee, left arm. Gonna insert that through the hole. Take a deep breath and exhale and pull yourself, pull that knee close to your chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Now, this stretch is absolutely vital. So I was not doing this stretch for a very long time, and I was having this nagging back pain, but it wasn't until I did this piriformis stretch, this figure 4 stretch, that the back pain actually subsided. So I would lift, I would do my squats, deadlifts, or whatever, and I would still end up with this back pain. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I did all my lower back stretches and my lower body stretches, but I was leaving this one out. Once I really got deep into my hamstring, that's when it changed, and I do not have back pain anymore. And even if I do happen to have something and it feels like it's gonna start nagging, I just do this stretch and it's gone. So this is how important the figure 4 stretch is, all right? Now, moving on, we're gonna go into one of my favorite ultimate stretches. I call it the Jesus stretch, because I always just imagine him being on the cross. So you're pretty much gonna be like that. And if it's painful, then I guess you're gonna sort of relate, but this actually feels amazing. So you got my right leg up in the air, and we're going to rotate this over the left hip. Before you do this rotation, I want your palms facing down, shoulders flat, and just relax, and then rotate. Now, if you notice, my left leg is not moving, it's in the same position, so make sure that does not move. My shoulders are as flat to the ground as possible, and my knee is sort of up off the ground. So I'm gonna take this left hand and just slightly push it onto the right knee, pushing it down to the ground, and breathe. Now, as you're doing this, you're gonna feel this in your lower back. It's gonna feel amazing. But you gotta remember to breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, most people will just rotate, which you can if you want to rotate back up and bring the knee. I like to extend the leg down and then rotate safely. All right, we're gonna switch legs. Left leg up, falling over the right side. And just keep rotating. If the knee is up, just take that inside arm, put that hand on the knee, and then push it down to the ground. Still keeping your shoulders as low to the ground as possible. And just keep relaxing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You should definitely feel it all through here coming up your back. It feels great. Extend that leg back out and then rotate the hips one more time. All right. So you pretty much have most of the lower body exercises. One more I'm going to give to you that I like to do after these static stretches, which means you're holding stretches for a while. And I actually like to do this as a dynamic stretch going into the workout. So I'm gonna leave you guys here with this. These are called 90-90s. So you're gonna have a 90 degree on the front leg, you have 90 degrees on the back leg. Point of reference, the heel should be above the knee, all right? Now you're naturally gonna swing to the same side that the toes are pointed, and that's great. Just remember, keep your chest up and then rotate. Hold it there for about 5 seconds. And then as you turn, you're gonna pivot on this heel, and on the back heel, just rotate and turn, and you're gonna end up on the other side. Keep your chest up and twist. 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, swing over and pivot on these front heels, and you're gonna end up back in that 90-90. All right, now you can do this total 10, 20 times, but what you're doing is opening up the hips, number 1, and working with the ball and hinge joint that you have called your hips. The only ones like it in your entire body, whereas ball and socket joint, where it's rotating in there, and 90-90 definitely helps you continue that rotation and get that mobility and flexibility. Now, you've already loosened up the front of your hips. We've done hamstrings, we've done hip flexors, we've done lower back with the erectors, all these things. We've even involved our shoulders with that under chest reach. So you're very, very stretched out and you're ready to go. But the stretches that I've given you today are static stretches, so you should do these more so after your workout, all right? Remember this, after your workout. This is to increase your flexibility and mobility once you're actually doing your workouts. But you need to do this in a cool down state because you're taking your time to increase your flexibility. All right, so with that being said, I hope that you do this consistently, and I definitely want to see you feel a lot more mobility and a lot more strength and a lot less injuries going forward into your workouts. If that's what you're feeling and you really love these things, please let me know. I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on how you felt from these stretches. And if there's any other stretches that you would like to see, I definitely will address those. So hope that you enjoy this, and as always, just be great.